What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stafford, and you already know, back at it again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to acoustically treat your room. You guys hear how this sounds. I don't really like how it sounds, but today we're going to take care of that. But first, you know what we got to do. We got to roll them graphics. What's up again, everybody? So, for this portion, I'm going to be in the kitchen because I'm going to be using the kitchen sink. So normally when you receive your acoustic foams are going to be dried out and really like squished down such as this. And so you really have two methods on what you can do. You guys use water to actually inflate them, or you could just leave them out for like 24 to 48 hours for them to inflate naturally with air. But of course, if you're like me, once you receive something in the mail, you're kind of super excited and you kind of want to get started on the process right away. So that's why we're going to use the water method to actually inflate them a lot faster, so we actually use what we ordered to actually get done what we need to get done. Alright, so you don't necessarily need to use your kitchen sink. You can use your bathtub. You could go outside and do it, but you just need to put it in a bucket of water and submerge it. So let me show you how we do that. Alright, here you can see that we already have the sink already filled up with water. I just used a regular temperature, not cold, not hot, just right in the middle when we had it up. I had it clogged with something like this. I'll leave a description on where you can get one. I just had mine. And we're going to add some more water since we kind of just let some out. So we have the sink filled with water. So now we're just going to take our foam and we're just going to put it right in the water. So with this, the water, it's okay to fill it up because, as you know, the foam itself is going to absorb all that water. And generally you want to keep it to soak for about 3 to 5 minutes. You just keep an eye on it. You could go ahead and push it down, that way it gets all the way, and really submerge it. Or you could just leave it and come back 3 to 5 minutes later. Already you can see it starting to absorb that water and get back to its natural fluffy state. Once they're filled up with water, they'll come out to be just like this. And then all you have to do is just take them and just wring them out. Just wring out all the water because it'll already be fluffy as such. Already fluffy, as you guys can see. And then you can put them to the side to get ready for the next step. When you're done, be sure to clean up after yourselves, because when taking out these foams, they do get heavy with water, and I know sometimes you might have to flip them around and some water might splash out onto the ground, and you don't want your parents to be upset, and you definitely don't want your spouse to be upset. I'm pretty sure the spouse part is more dangerous than your parents being upset. So just watch out and clean up. Don't make a mess. They gonna dig in you. I'm just saying. So I'm making sure I clean up before my spouse digging up my behind. Because we don't want that. On to the next step. Alright, so in this portion of the video, we're going to be going over how to actually apply a design to the wall. So as you can see, we have the acoustic foam over there on this side, and we're going to be applying it around the room. So generally, you want to get yourself something like this. I picked this up in Walmart. You could use tape, you could use other type of adhesive, or what I'm using, which is a dual-sided tape. The reason why I'm using dual-sided tape is so when I'm ready to either move and change location, it doesn't damage the wall in any type of way, and that way I'm not paying extra for the landlord, and it won't damage the foam boards, well, they won't damage acoustic foam itself. So generally, you want to apply it in like certain corners. It depends what size you get. You can apply it to the top, the bottom, side to side. But these are generally light enough that you won't need multiple dual-sided tape in order to hold it up against the wall. So now, let's start applying. Now, while doing this, there's certain type of designs you can use. You can use the checkered board design, or you can kind of get creative and do your own design. The main thing that you want to remember is to try to keep it as even as possible, so that way any type of sound that is going to be bouncing around the room can kind of get absorbed by the acoustic foam evenly. So pretty much you see this is the design I'm generally going for, and I will see you guys when it's done. We're done, at least with the wall, so take a look. As you can see, it's spaced out somewhat evenly, and we have a nice design going, so at least when I'm filming myself, I have a nice pattern behind me that doesn't look like I just splatted something against the wall. Alright, now we're going to do the rest of the walls, but I would like to note that when you're doing the ceiling, I do recommend to add on more than just 2 of the dual-sided tape, because again, gravity brings everything down, and even though they're light and the adhesive that is on this dual-sided tape is pretty strong, just to save yourself extra time from having to go back again to just apply more. Do 4. You can even do 3, depending on how much you have. You can go ahead and test it out, but I recommend just doing it one time to get it over with. And testing it out, the bass of my clap, even though I didn't do this before, does sound a lot better, because the more things you add in the room, the more the sound gets absorbed by the things that are in the room. And so far, they are working. Does sound a lot better in here. Well, guys, there you see it. We have acoustically treated a home studio, and I think it's not 100% perfect, but over time, I will acquire more, acoustic foam, and then apply it to the room to make the sound even better. What I'm currently using, again, is 2 inches foam. You don't want to use 1 inch, because 1 inch won't really do much. So at least 2 inches. But of course, the thicker the foam would be, the more sound it will actually absorb. But keep in mind, the thicker the foam is, the more expensive it's going to cost. But at least 2 inches will get the job done. And later down the line, I will switch out some of these, get some 3 inches, as well as fill in some of the gap. But at least with this, we have a nice design, as well as it doing what we intended it to do, which is to dampen the sound and to take out all the nasty noise that's inside. So with that said, guys, do what your other YouTubers always tell you to do. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel so you guys won't miss any more content. And with that said, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.